Disney Cruise just dropped their brand new itineraries for fall 2026 through spring 2027, and there are some big surprises this time. We're talking about 2 ships sailing out of San Diego for the first time, a return to Texas with an unusual 14-night cruise, and a brand new port stop you've never seen on a Disney itinerary before. Plus, one of the biggest questions I get is which ship, which cruise, which itinerary do we choose? Today I'll walk you through everything, ship by ship, itinerary by itinerary, so you know what to book, how to book, which sailings are worth setting an alarm for, and which ship is your perfect match. But here's the thing, these sailings are going to open for booking sooner than you think, and if you wait too long, you'll either pay a lot more or miss out entirely. And we're gonna break that down as well. Let's start with the very first ship, the Disney Magic. She's doing something we haven't seen, which is splitting her time between California and Texas. In October and November 2026, the Magic will sail out of San Diego with 3 to 7 night cruises down the Mexican Riviera. This is Cabo, Ensenada, and Puerto Vallarta, classic West Coast vacation vibes. Then, here comes the headliner, a 14-night repositioning cruise from San Diego to Galveston. That is a lot of beautiful sea days. This one's special. It's gonna hit Puerto Vallarta, Colombia, Grand Cayman, and a whole bunch of sea days along the way. That's a bucket list style itinerary that will sell out fast, especially since Disney doesn't usually run 2-week sailings in this region. And then after that, the Magic is going to settle into Galveston from November 2026 through April 2027. These are mostly 4 to 7 night sailings that are going to be heading to Cozumel, Progreso, and even some Bahamas routes with stops at Castaway Key. Yes, from Texas. So if you've ever wanted a private island day without flying to Florida, this is your shot. The big takeaway here is Disney is finally giving Texas cruisers some love. Galveston used to feel like an afterthought, but this season shows a serious commitment, which also falls in line with their new commitment to Galveston as a new home port. There's going to be longer stays, more variety, and you gotta love that Panama Canal cruise. They've got 2 14-night Panama Canal cruises, the eastbound November 6th through 20th, 2026, and bang for the buck, you're gonna get the most cruise for one of these repositioning cruises for the cheapest price. 2 people, $5,400 for an inside stateroom. You're not gonna find a 14-night Disney cruise that affordable. As a matter of fact, the 14-night westbound is a little bit more, $5,500 for that inside stateroom. Still an amazing deal. That one's gonna be April 25th through May 9th, 2027, visiting Cozumel, Ensenada, and Cabo in Mexico, Colombia, and of course, the Panama Canal. The Magic is Disney Cruise Line's oldest ship. This is their original ship. It's got a classic design. It's really known for its intimate feel, and while it is the oldest in the fleet, it has undergone recent refurbishments to maintain its appeal. It's really going to have the classic Disney theme with the timeless nods to Disney characters as well as classic ocean liners. It is one of the 2 smallest ships in the fleet, and the unique dining restaurant on the Disney Magic is going to be Rapunzel's Royal Table, which is a dining experience inspired by the movie Tangled. So if you are looking for just a classic small ship experience, the Magic is a great selection. Obviously, this is going to be going from California and Texas, and the Magic is one of the ships where you're likely to find a little bit lower price per person. A perfect example is that Panama Canal cruise. $2,700 per person for 14 nights, that is hard to beat. For the Mexican Riviera ports, popular excursions include snorkeling, jet skiing, beach club days, historic town tours, and culinary experiences. So if you're really looking for the West Coast, California, Texas, a beach vacation, Mexico, some good water fun, good food, and good pricing, the Disney Magic is a strong contender. Next, the Disney Wonder. This is the sister ship to the Disney Magic. This is the second ship in Disney Cruise Line's fleet, and I am super excited about this announcement. I have waited 11 years for the Disney Wonder to have a almost full-time presence on the West Coast, and here we are. The Disney Wonder is staying close to the Magic, literally. She's home porting in San Diego go from October 2026 through April 2027. Yes! These are 3 to 7 night cruises, and these ports are going to include Catalina Island, Cabo San Lucas, Ensenada, and Puerto Vallarta, a really nice mix of short weekend getaways and longer Mexican Riviera escapes. Now, there's a few things that really stand out here for the Wonder. This is the first time that the Disney Wonder, or any Disney cruise ship for that matter, has had such a strong presence on the West Coast. They really have never done more than a few months at a time from any port on the West Coast. So this is very exciting. One, that the Disney Wonder is there for 7 months straight, and two, that the magic will be there as well. This is literally something that we have never seen before, and it signals that Disney is leaning harder into the West Coast market than ever before. And of course, the big news for the Southern Hemisphere fans, the Wonder will not be heading back to Australia this season. That is a major shift compared to the past few years, and means that San Diego is getting the full Wonder treatment for the first time. I do think that the Australia cruises could come back. Like I said, we've waited 11 years for a strong presence for the Disney Wonder on the West Coast. They started out there, it was kind of sporadic, they didn't sell that well. Over time, they've gone back, and now they have a priority port agreement with Santa Catalina Island and the port of Avalon that will be starting in 2027. Disney has secured preferred access to the port's anchorage and has committed to Tuesdays year-round, as well as Saturdays during peak season, which is September through May, exactly when we are now seeing the Disney Wonder homeported in San Diego. And this looks like it will include the magic at times as well. So since we did see how the Wonder started out on the West Coast, didn't do so well, and then now is building into home porting there at least for over half of the year, I am not giving up hope on Australia. That being said, I do think part of the push for Australia was to build the awareness for the Disney Cruise Line brand, and since Singapore is fairly close to Australia, I have a feeling they've pulled the Australia cruises in order to encourage people to head over to the adventure in Singapore. That being said though, the adventure is there for 5 years in Singapore, so I do think there is a strong possibility that we will see Australian ports again, but they will not be the fall of 2026 or the spring of 2027. And if you are looking for one of the cheaper cruises for Disney Cruise Line, on their website you can sort by the new itineraries and they will list them by price lowest first. Singapore is going to be your lowest price, but in the US, the cheapest cruise you are going to find is actually going to be a 3-night Baja cruise from San Diego. It's actually a Merrytime cruise. That's approximately $1,500 for 2 people for an inside stateroom. That's the lowest you're gonna find. For the Wonder, you're going to have excursions Mexican Riviera style with snorkeling, cultural tours, beach adventure, food tastings, and then Catalina Island also has some unique stuff with kayaking, beach days, and glass bottom boats. The Disney Wonder also stands out for its classic design. This is the sister ship to the Disney Magic. It's got that timeless elegance with Disney's signature magic. Their unique dining option on the Disney Wonder is going to be Tiana's Place, and the entire ship is really inspired by the golden age of cruising, with that classic design with Art Nouveau details. Really creates a sense of grandeur and nostalgia. The Disney Wonder is actually our favorite ship. I just love the Wonder. My fiance really loves the Cadillac Lounge. He's a big car guy. We also got engaged on the Wonder, so it does hold a special place in my heart. But the classic ships are some of the most popular ships in the fleet. Now moving on to the next class, the Dream class. We'll start with the Disney Dream. This is the 3rd ship in Disney Cruise Line's fleet. We start off here with the Disney Dream in England as they finish their European season at the beginning of September. That's a British Isles cruise from Southampton, and then they have a 13-night westbound transatlantic. Again, if you're looking for a good price on a cruise, this is one to look at. The repositioning cruises are the best prices you will find. This one's starting out at $5,100 for 2 guests. for 13 nights. This is September 14th through 27th, and this Transatlantic will start out in Spain. They're going to have a couple of stops in Portugal and then head over to Fort Lauderdale. From there, they will start their season in Fort Lauderdale with 3 to 7 night sailings to the Bahamas and the Caribbean. And notably here, Port del Plata, Dominican Republic, is a brand new Disney port. After that, in April 2027, the Dream is going to relocate to San Juan, Puerto Rico, launching a few Southern Caribbean cruises. Expect stops like Aruba, Antigua, St. Martin. After that, the Dream will reposition to Port Canaveral for more short Bahamian sailings. Some itineraries even offer both Castaway Key and Lookout Key. 2 island destinations in one sailing. There is even a double dip at Castaway Key. The great thing about Disney Cruise Line's island destinations is 1, they're gorgeous, and 2, all the food's included, so it's not an extra expense consideration while you're on the island. There's also really not any transportation to the beach destination because it's going to be right there when you get off the ship. A bit of a walk or a tram ride to be sure on either one, but still, it's right there included with the cost of the cruise. It's a great way to experience a beach day. For excursions on Castaway Key has so much that you can enjoy already. The Serenity Bay adults only area, the Pelican Plunge water play area, they've got a Spring Leak splash zone for kids, they've got the teen area just for the teens. And then they've also got those new cabanas that will be available beginning December. Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point has a ton as well with family beaches, water play areas. They also have a real cultural presence on the island where you can celebrate Bahamian heritage with music and activities and some Bahamian-inspired food as well. Now, for you adventure seekers, the Dream is a good fit in the DR. You can go zip lighting, ride ATVs through lush terrain, explore historic forts. They've also got beach days and snorkeling excursions. And then San Juan, Puerto Rico also includes, and then some of the highlights for San Juan, Puerto Rico include walking tours of Old San Juan, the El Morro Fortress, rainforest hikes, kayaking, or paddleboarding adventures. And the island destinations, Castaway Key and Lookout Key, do have excursions that you can pay for as well. Snorkeling, paddleboarding, biking. They also have sea-doo rentals, boat rentals, parasailing, and included with any Disney cruise, they're going to have character meet and greets. The Disney Dream is Disney Cruise Line's 3rd ship in the fleet. It is the sister ship to the Disney Fantasy. While the smaller ships can hold approximately 2,700 guests, the Dream and Fantasy can accommodate approximately 4,000 guests. One of the great things about the Dream and Fantasy are their adult-only areas. They have the Quiet Cove area where it's got the pool, the bar, the Cove Cafe, and it's one big area. In addition to that, they have another adult area up on the upper deck, so there is more room specifically for adults on the Dream and Fantasy. They are also, in a way, the least themed of the ships because they do not have an immersive, experiential dining experience like Tiana's or Rapunzel's on the classic ships, or like the more themed dining on the larger, newer ships. They do still have Animator's Palette. It is themed. You are going to get a Disney vibe here, but for some people, the Dream and Fantasy are by far the favorites in the fleet because it's a great mix of adult-only areas. They've got more bars, they've got more lounges. The bars and lounges have their own area where you can dip off and be in an adult-only section. They are not going to have that dynamic on the other newer Wish class ships. The Dream also has the Aqueduct water coaster, which we absolutely love. For families who want that classic Disney cruise feel but don't want a week-long trip, the Dream shorter Bahamian runs are going to be one of the most popular choices. For those Bahamian cruises, some of them will also stop at Nassau. Now, the Disney Fantasy is the sister ship to the Disney Dream. The Disney Fantasy is going to be shifting away from her classic 7-night Caribbean schedule. This is a great opportunity for those that have wanted to be on the Disney Fantasy but maybe didn't want to do a 7-night cruise. From October 2026 through May 2027, she'll be running 3, 4, and 5-night Bahamian sailings out of Port Canaveral. These are going to stop at Castaway Key, Lookout Key, and Nassau. This is again a great opportunity to visit Disney's island destinations, their private island Castaway Key, their new island destination destination, Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, are going to be great beach days. And the great thing about these is that the food is included. The beach days included, the transportation's included. You just have to get out there and walk or take one of the trams. There is a little bit of a walk, but it's not going to have the additional costs and logistics that you're going to have for traditional beach days at other ports. I love their island destinations. The hammocks on Serenity Bay, their adult area on Castaway Key, are definitely my happy place. We also really love the ribeyes at Cookies for lunch over at Serenity Bay. And we haven't made it to Lookout Key yet, but I've heard some of the Bahamian dishes there are really good as well. This does shake up what longtime fantasy fans will expect, but it opens up new short vacation flexibility for those that may not have been able to experience the Fantasy yet, because the Fantasy is one of the favorite ships. They're very similar though. We love the Aqueduct. We love the adult areas. The bars are a little bit different theme, which is fun, and the food is basically the same. They're going to have the same restaurants on board the Dream and the Fantasy. For the excursions, again, you're going to have snorkeling, water sports, family beach activities. Nassau is a port that you can actually just get off and explore on your own. It's also a great opportunity to just enjoy the ship, because the Fantasy is a fabulous ship. All of the Disney cruise ships are, really. And if you are looking for Pirate Night, your 4-night and longer Bahamian and Caribbean cruises are where you're going to want to look. So the Fantasy is definitely one of those considerations. Moving on to the new Wish class of ships, we have the Disney Wish. The Disney Wish is going to be a great ship for quick weekend getaways. They're going to be porting out of Port Canaveral, and we'll have 3- and 4-night Bahamian cruises going to Disney Cruise Line's private island Castaway Key, as well as their new island destination Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. Sometimes they will also be stopping in Nassau and the Bahamas. The Wish is perfect for those that are looking for a short Disney vacation filled with the latest entertainment and dining, especially if you are a huge Cinderella fan, because this ship is meant to be like a castle at sea. It's really going to be immersed in the fairy tale aspect. Their unique dining opportunity on board is going to be the Frozen restaurant, which builds into that, of course. And for adults that really love Star Wars, they have the Hyperspace Lounge, which is the only Star Wars themed lounge on Disney Cruise Line ships. So the Wish is great for a really immersive themed Disney cruise experience. They've got Marvel in one of the restaurants, Frozen in another one of the restaurants. They're going to be stopping at Disney Cruise Line's island destinations, and these ships are the most themed ships in the fleet. The Wish class ships are by far the most themed ships. The dining is more themed. You're going to have a little bit more interaction. There's more characters in the dining restaurants. They're really gorgeous. For some people, a tiny bit overwhelming. They also have a different layout. They are not going to have those adult-centric areas like they are going to have on the first 4 ships. So that is something to keep in mind. Specifically, the adult-only area with the larger location for the pool and the bar and the Cove Cafe. It's a lot smaller on the Disney Wish. It's a bit louder because of the Aqua Mouse, which is their water coaster amusement park ride. And the bars are more spread out. They're not going to be in one central location like they are on the first 4 ships. So that is a consideration. And the youth clubs are a bit more themed, I think, on the Wish class ships as well. They all have great youth clubs, but on the Wish class ships, they do take it up a notch. I particularly love their Imagination Academy, where you can create your own roller coaster and then ride it. But they have so much fun for families on the Disney Wish. This is perfect for those short getaways, close to Florida, Disney Cruise Island destinations. The food's going to be included, the beach day is going to be included, the transportation to the beach is a walk or a tram that's included, so there's less logistics. And they're going to have the typical beach excursions, snorkeling, bikes, sea-doo rentals, parasailing. They've got some more cultural excursions that are available on Lookout Key. So if you're looking for the newest, the best, and the brightest, and a short trip, the Wish might just be your answer. One thing we did did notice with the Disney Wish is they do not show their May 2027 sailings. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Make sure you're subscribed, ring the little bell. It'll let you know when we have any new videos because we'll have an update once we figure it out. But here's my guess. I have two guesses. One is the Disney Wish is looking like it is scheduled for its first dry dock in 2027. This is where they are going to take the ship out of the water and give it all kinds of repairs, touch-ups, make sure that it's in top form. There have been discussions and rumors that the ship might potentially sail to Europe in the summer of 2027 because of the dry dock. Since there are no transatlantics for spring 2027 yet, and since we do not have the Wish on the May 2027 schedule, and since the Wish does need a dry dock in Europe in 2027, it seems very likely to me that the Wish will be headed over for the European season for the summer of 2027. Again, stay tuned, we'll let you know. My other thought is that there is a slight chance that perhaps they could go past New York while they're on the way up there. The only thing is, I don't know if the Wish can actually fit there. I'm not quite sure of their limits, but one of the things people have really been waiting for was to see if Disney Cruise Line was going to go back to New York. I had hoped that they would on this itinerary release, but they have not, so we're still holding out hope. But I really do think that the Disney Wish is going to be headed over to Europe for the 2027 season as well as its dry dock. Now, the sister ship to the Disney Wish is the Disney Treasure. The brand new Disney Treasure will continue to run 7-night Caribbean itineraries out of Port Canaveral. These sailings are going to include Eastern and Western Caribbean routes, and these are some of my favorite cruises that Disney Cruise Line does because a 7-night cruise is amazing. I love the port stops. I love that they have the Pirate Night, and the Disney Treasure is one of the crown jewels in the fleet at the moment. This is where you can visit ports like Cozumel, Georgetown and Grand Cayman, Falmouth in Jamaica, Tortola in the British Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, and Disney Cruise Line's private island, Castaway Cay. They also have a couple that will go to San Juan as well. The big surprise here for me is that the Disney Treasure does not go to the new island destination, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. So if you are specifically looking for Lookout Cay, the Treasure is not going to be for you. That being said, I think the on-board ambiance of the Disney Treasure is probably one of the most fun in the fleet right now. It's based on adventure, obviously. It's got Aladdin and Jasmine in the Grand Hall, and one of the highlights on the Disney Treasure is the Haunted Mansion Parlor. This is, of course, based off the classic Haunted Mansion ride at the Disney parks. The Haunted Mansion Parlor is insanely themed. It's hugely popular. For me, it's a reason to get on the ship just by itself. And the stage show on the Treasure, the Moana stage show, is a huge hit. It is one of the most popular stage shows, not just in Disney Cruise Line's fleet, but in Disney stage shows in general. So many people have said that that Moana stage show is worth the cost of the cruise alone. The theming is really intense as well, just like the Disney Wish. It's gonna be just really immersive pretty much everywhere you go. The unique restaurant to the Disney Treasure is Coco themed, and this is that Wish class layout where the adult areas are broken up more and spread out throughout the ship. So you're not going to have one adult area that you just dip off into. It's more broken up around the ship. The Disney Treasure is great for people that want a longer cruise. We really love the 7-night cruises. If you want that Caribbean vibe, this is definitely your go-to. They're gonna have the Pirate Night. They're gonna have the port excursions with the adventure stuff. Zipline canopy tours, stingray encounters, catamaran sails, cultural village tours. Of course, they're gonna have family-friendly beach and water activities. The Caribbean ports is where you're going to get into some of those all-day adventure excursions. Make sure you check for activity levels and age levels because they do have minimums and limits. And of course, they also have Castaway Cay, the private island, where you're going to get that beach day. The food's included, the transportation's included because you're just right there and you walk and take the tram depending on which area you're going to. They'll have the unique areas for the kids. They've got the Serenity Bay for the adults only. They're going to have the water play area. You can also do excursions that you pay for, snorkeling, paddleboarding, biking, parasailing, and of course, you're also going to see some fun characters while you're on the island. For those that want the brand new Disney fun as well as a week-long vacation, the Treasure is a perfect fit. Now, the Disney Destiny is the third Wish Class ship. It has its maiden voyage this November, and the Disney Destiny will be based in Fort Lauderdale. They will have 4, 5, and 7 night sailings, and these will go to both island destinations, their private island Castaway Key, as well as their new island destination Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. It really looks like the Disney Destiny is being positioned as a private island powerhouse. Major plus for families chasing beach time, because the Destiny is going to be going to both island destinations. And it has the best of both worlds because they've added in some 7-night itineraries. The Destiny started out with just 4 and 5 night itineraries, so I'm really happy to see some 7-night itineraries in here as well. The Disney Destiny is predominantly a Disney island destination ship. They also will go to Nassau and Cozumel as well, but it really is focused on Disney's island destinations. You can choose Castaway Key, Lookout Key, or they have some that go to both. And the Destiny's got a couple of fun ones in here as well. Just like the Dream, they will be heading over to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. They even have a few that will head over to Falmouth, Jamaica, and Georgetown, Grand Cayman. So if you are looking for a bit more variety, the Disney Destiny might just be your answer. They're gonna have the private island destinations. They've got Mexico, they've got part of the Caribbean, they've got San Juan. They really are going probably to the most varied ports of any ship in the fleet besides Europe. Plus, the Disney Destiny is the brand new ship because its maiden voyage is in November. This is the Heroes and Villains ship, and I am super excited about the Disney Destiny. They are going to have a Haunted Mansion parlor as well because it's a huge hit, but they're also going to have a huge villain and hero presence on the ship. As a matter of fact, people are picking Team Hero or Team Villain for the preview cruises. I can't wait to see what that's about. Their main unique dining offering on the Disney Destiny is going to be the Pride Lands, home of the Lion King, and their unique play is going to be Hercules. This is a Wish Class ship, sister to the Disney Wish and Treasure, so it's going to have the same layout as those other two ships. At the island destinations, you're going to have the beach included, you're going to have the water play areas, the adult-only areas, youth-specific age areas included, the foods included, obviously the transportation, you're just walking or taking that tram. They also have excursions you can buy, snorkeling, bike rides, sea-doos, parasailing. They're going to have more cultural experiences available on Lookout Key. And then at the ports, you're going to have such a variety. They have multiple ports where you can just get off and walk around. They also have excursions that are going to be full-day adventure excursions, waterfalls, zip lining, cultural tours, culinary tours, kayaking, beach days, catamarans. They're really going to have a huge variety for excursions from the Disney Destiny. So if you're looking for the longer 4, 5, 7 night cruises, Pirate Night, the Caribbean, the island destinations, the brand new bells and whistles on the ship, the Disney Destiny just might be your answer. And last but not least, we have the Disney Adventure. Now, the Disney Adventure is in a class by itself. This ship holds over 6,000 guests. It's one of the largest cruise ships in the world, and it will be home ported in Singapore for its first 5 years. What's surprising here is that for the Disney Adventure, they have only released the itineraries through the end of 2026. We do not have anything yet for 2027. The Disney Adventure is also the cheapest cost that you can get on one of the Disney cruise ships, and these cruises are 3 and 4 night Magic at Sea cruises, so the ship is the destination. There are not going to be any port stops, no excursions. It is really just all ship experience. But there is a lot to experience on the Disney Adventure. This is really perfect if you want the very biggest, the very newest in Disney Cruise Line. This is where you're gonna find it. Of course, if you're in Asia, this is where you're gonna go. They're gonna have more culinary offerings, more stage shows. They've got a roller coaster. They've got a couple of other theme park rides. They've got a water park, 4 movie theaters, Big Hero 6, Finding Nemo. Of course, they're gonna have the princesses. They've even got Duffy on board. Actually, they've got a lot of Duffy on board, and they've got over-the-top concierge experience as well. As a matter of fact, they have shopping that is exclusive to concierge only. So the Disney Adventure is perfect if you want something in Asia, if you want the biggest, the newest, the theme park type experience on a Disney Cruise Line ship, the Adventure is your answer. In this release, you will also find the holiday cruises. Halloween on the High Seas runs September through October 2026, a family favorite filled with spooky fun and lots of unique activities. If you really like to dress up for the holidays, this is a great way to go. Adults can go full costume, you can trick or treat. If you're missing Halloween activities as an adult, I highly suggest Halloween on the High Seas. It's great for the kiddos as well. And the very Merrytime cruises are a fabulous way to celebrate Christmas on board the ships. These are November through December 2026, complete with festive decorations, gingerbread houses, and so much holiday cheer. These themed cruises sell fast, so definitely keep an eye on those dates, especially the more affordable ones. Okay, so now here's the most important details. You've got to book, and you've got to book early. So first things first, if you're planning to book, you need to be ready. Either make sure your travel agent knows what you want, or make sure you've got all your details and be online when booking opens. Now, booking for Disney Cruise Line is based on Castaway Club level. Castaway Club is their loyalty program. Once you have been on one Disney cruise, you are automatically in the Castaway Club as a silver member. Then the levels go up from there: gold, platinum, and pearl. The booking for the cruises is staggered by Castaway Key level. August 26th for platinum, 27th for gold, 28th for the silver, and public booking will open September 2nd at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So here's my pro tips for all of this. Book on the first possible day, especially for the cheapest sailings and the rare sailings, because they're going to sell out fast. Also, look out for 10% deposits. They have recently changed their policies. It used to be a 20% deposit. I believe that they will be doing 10% deposits now. Make sure you look into that. Watch for the pricing, because most will increase as cabins fill, and make sure you look at all of them. Sometimes you will find an inside stateroom that is more expensive than a veranda, or conversely, a veranda that is cheaper than an inside stateroom, because so many people have purchased inside staterooms. The category's full, but the verandas are still cheaper. I love it when that happens. Keep an eye for that. So, which itinerary are you booking first? Are you snagging that 14-night Magic repositioning, Halloween from San Diego, or are you chasing that dual island dream cruise? Drop your dream pick in the comments, because I want to know. And don't keep it to yourself. If you've got cruise friends, share this video with them so you're all ready when the booking window opens. And I just want to close up here because, again, choosing the right ship and itinerary is a huge thing for so many people. So some of the ways to decide is home port. If you're going for San Diego, you're going to do Magic or Wonder. If you want Florida, you've got a big choice: Dream, Fantasy, Wish, Treasure, Destiny. There's so many ships out there. If you need a 3-night cruise or a 7-night cruise, that can really help you decide. The Caribbean all-in-one, you're going to go for the Treasure or the Dream. If you're a private island lovers, I highly suggest the Dream or the Destiny for the double island sailings. If you're looking at budget conscious, you're going to want to look at the short Bahamian cruises or the short Magic or Wonder cruises out of California. And if you really love the rare itineraries, the Magic's repositioning cruise for Panama Canal, or the brand new Puerto Plata and the DR for the Dream is a great choice. If you're looking for ship experience, you want the newest amenities, you definitely want the Treasure, Destiny, or the Wish. If you want really classic, the Magic and the Wonder are full of nostalgia. If you're an adventure seeker, the Disney Dream, again with the DR, or the Fantasy and the Caribbean, has some great excursions. And then if you want Halloween or holiday magic, almost all of the ships are going to have that. And if you're hungry for more Disney cruise, don't worry, we've got you covered. I've got a full deep dive into all of the most recent Disney cruise news, and we've also got everything you need to know on the Disney Destiny before you get on board.